hard to understand. But when you talk about capitalism and social economic stuff, and you want to condemn all the communists and out there, look, they're not being made in a vacuum. You see, most people can't wrap their mind around the diabolical nature, the blatant irony, sick, perverted irony, what these people are doing to us. They're creating fascism and communism in America through crony capitalism. You see, crony capitalism has the word capitalism, so it's getting blamed. But in order to know what is and is not crony capitalism, first you've got to understand true capitalism. Free market supply and demand, which involves competition and risk. Okay, and progress has to be defined clearly. It means a rise in your standard of living. It means a rise in the worth of your currency, your money. And money and capitalism is just used as a means to an end to be free entirely. Because you can't have freedom unless you're absolutely free. That's freedom with a caveat, with an exclusive, excluded, except for that. You're free, except you're not free from taxes. You're free, but you're not free from a cost of living. Okay, this is all just pragmatic and just practical and common sense, a no-brainer. Duh, it's axiomatic. You accept it. You have to go with the flow. You have to conform to the system. Okay, well, like I said, that's fine for now if we have true capitalism, if we are using it as a means to an end to be completely free. But if we're not, then it's just a big charade that everybody's involved in. And they're all saying, well, as long as I could get it to work for me, then I guess I'm okay. Because I'm out of fear. I'm not living in financial fear and insecurity. I can't worry about you. That's your problem. You must be lazy, stupid, or something. You know, but they don't blame the system, understanding that the system's creating poverty for a reason. So poor people aren't stupid. They're often some of the smartest people. The smartest people are your sages out there with the highest ethics and moral values. And they say, no, I'm not going to conform and be part of this system. I'd rather be poor. Look at guys like Tesla. He died a pauper. It happens all the time. I heard Einstein was no millionaire. I mean, this is the way it works, folks, is that the smartest people get run roughshod over, and all these people just go along. They're just like the lemmings. I mean, just going over the waterfalls, and, careening to their destruction on the rocks. And the whole system is dragging everybody it can in. It doesn't care who you are. You think you're so smart. You think you got it all figured out, but you don't unless you see clearly that this is a satanic ploy. It's very diabolical that they're using crony capitalism to install communism, fascist, the worst kind. Very totalitarian, very statist, very authoritarian, just like the Chinese type thing, man. We don't want that. That'll never fly in America. Never. But you see, they can make us miserable. And believe me, you're going to be miserable. I don't care how much money you have, how much prosperity you think you have, how free you are, how financially secure you think you are. Okay, you're going to get your share because you have a conscience. God created you that way. It's a fail-safe. So when all else fails and the world has dragged you away and you've been taken by the allure of prosperity in this world, the temporal riches and all this crap, like Jesus talked about, the wealth of this world, the deceitfulness of riches and all this, then you find out that you're living in fear. And all these people are, like zombies, give me. So communists, they're coming after you. Now you got to explain to them. See, all you people that want to defend capitalism, you damn well better be ready to explain in very cogent, coherent, logical, provable, mathematic terms to the communists why capitalism is a way to go. Talk about the means to an end, okay? Completely. Don't talk about this scam going on in perpetuity and just putting Band-Aids on it and deal with the excruciating minutia of, tweak it here and there, and then we're going to get it to work. No, you better explain to them what's going on here very clearly. And all you communists that really believe what you believe, you need to explain it to capitalists, and you better not be filled with psychobabble either. Because if we're going to play this communist socialist game, let's at least do it logically. Let's focus on the trillionaires, right? Or at least, okay, even if you believe the multi-billionaires are the richest ones, when I can prove to you they're not, because if you own the money printing copyright, you're the richest one, man. You're an infinite heir. You have as much money as you want forever. So don't tell me Bill Gates and Warren Buffett and Donald Trump and Carlos Slim are the richest men in the world. Don't hand me that crap, mainstream media full of crap. Okay? No. What are the Rothschilds worth? What's the Rockefellers worth? Don't hand me this crap. What are the money printing class worth that actually have the rights to copyright, to print the money? Okay, there's much as they want. Wrap your mind around that. We're all being taken. It's a scam. The wealth exists in a willing workforce. The rest is about fairness and justice, equality in society. You have as much right to the highest standard of living as anybody else. Everybody should have these equal rights to extravagant lifestyle as you choose. The workers are there. People don't stop working when they're rich. You got all this volunteerism, so I can prove to you the system would work phenomenally better, even more productive we would need to be, because all these people are doing jobs that aren't productive right now. We'll be working 2 hours a week doing productive jobs. But the vast majority of jobs, we've got to understand, revolve around the problem or directly exacerbate the problem. Let's just be honest. It's all it is. It's a matter of being honest. Say, God, reveal to me the truth and give me the cojones to accept it, whether you're a woman, a man, whatever, metaphorical cojones, proverbial. Give me what it takes, God. Please, I need to know the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. I want your will to be done. I want perfection on earth. That's what Jesus said. He says, be ye perfect as your Father in heaven is perfect. Be idealistic. That's good. Why would you compromise anywhere? Okay, that's the whole idea. They get you to compromise, so they get you to be a little bit elitist. They get you to believe in inequality a little bit. Once you open that door, you open Pandora's box and you lose all your standing. Then you got to go to hell with the wicked and those that are confused, those that have chosen ignorance and they haven't prayed diligently. Say, God, help me. Okay, what does the Bible say about this? We're to work out our salvation with what? Fear and trembling. Okay, that's what's written. Yes, we all take advantage of the grace of God. That's fine. But you can't hurt people. Okay, your sin cannot be one that harms people. And financial oppression harms people. We've got to understand this. So you choosing ignorance or confusion, letting that be okay, and not tapping into the resource that is God to give you understanding on these issues that are so simple. They're the forest for the trees. People don't get, they can't, it's right in front of my face. Wow, it's true. What this guy is saying is true. We could end poverty tomorrow. Essentially, we could have prosperity all around the world. We could be free. The system's not going to break down as long as people keep serving each other. And we don't have to be each other's conscience. We don't have to have all these arbitrary laws and all this crap that doesn't even make sense. Rules and regulations, do this, don't do that, which makes people want to do this and that more than they would otherwise. I don't want to murder anybody. Hell, I don't even want to hurt their feelings. I don't need the law telling me it's wrong. I don't need even the 10 Commandments. Treat others the way you want to be treated. Well, I don't want to do that. And if somebody does some horrible thing people believe is worthy of death, then let it be like Moses killed a guy. Temporary insanity through the heat of the moment, in the heat of passion. He killed the mean slave driver, beating his slave. Okay, do it like that. Much better than putting somebody on death row. That's cruel and unusual punishment psychologically. Watch The Green Mile. I mean, that was a great show where it really, gave you a sense of what it's like to be these people. I mean, look, so what? The guy planned it out for a day. So that made it first-degree murder. That means you could be put on death row, right? Okay, I mean, it's stupid. But God could forgive them. They could pray to God and repent and say, God, you're the only one that understands. I'm sorry. Humanity is condemning me, but I know that you don't. I mean, and yet we are like this mob that strung up Jesus. It's that same mentality out there. And people believe it. The majority of people in America still believe in capital punishment. And it's like, don't you know that's what got Jesus hung up on a cross? You call yourself a Christian? What if you get the wrong guy even? So it's like, duh, you don't do it. Okay, there's so many reasons I could go into why capital punishment is wrong and why I'm not going to be a proponent of it. I'm trying to convince people not to be. But that's just one little area. Okay, because I don't believe in death. Ultimately, I believe in eternal life. It's what's written in your Bible. God's in control of where our heart, mind, spirit, soul goes, all the invisible things, and our bodies. so he can give us new life, and that's the whole intention. So you want to be on the right side of things here. That's it, so that you can earn this salvation where you go to a world that's worth living in, not this crap hole of a world. That's all it is. I mean, this is it. You're born into a body of death. You're born with this curse, the knowledge of good and evil, all this sin you got to contend with. Nothing is the way it should be. You're not even supposed to be cognizant when you're naked or not. That's reality. What a departure from this reality, what so-called reality we have. And money, you think there's going to be money? You think that was in the Garden of Eden that we needed money? No, everything's free. That's it. If God said there's no price on it, what does man have business telling anybody there's a price on anything? We're being used. We're being oppressed. This is how they tyrannize us. All these jobs that revolve around the problems perpetuating. It's sick. It's going to be dramatically, profoundly different when God is ruling this planet. Okay? I mean, it's just, it's a no-brainer. Okay? Think about it, folks. And that's what I try to convince people of, is just how different reality is from this so-called reality. This monetary-based unreality is what it is. It's been shoved down our throats. We get no choice. I can't vie to, hey, well, I just don't want to partake in this, okay? So I'm not going to use money. I'm free from money. No, it doesn't work like that, does it? We all know. I'm under the same gun. If I don't come up with money, I don't pay my bills. If I don't pay my bills, there's huge implications. There's a huge penalties. There's huge ramifications that are far-reaching, okay? And it's like, damn, it really blows, man. But this is what we got to deal with, all of us. And I hate it so much, and I want to be free so much. But then you realize it's not the kind of things I can find on my own. I know I'm plenty smart enough. And I even think I might be autistic, okay? Because I've checked out a lot of the symptoms, and for a while now, I thought I was kind of a little bit of a prodigy here. And yeah, I think I might be, okay? So that's okay. I'm okay with being autistic, okay? Because that spectrum runs wide. And I actually believe we're all kind of mentally sick. How can you not be? The human condition is one of mental illness. So autism, I mean, this idea that somebody's autistic, to me, it doesn't make them inferior in any way or superior. I mean, and they have to wrap their minds around that too, because some of these people get this, what do they call this particular the Asperger's syndrome, okay, where people can get right arrogant and narcissistic and all this because they're high-functioning autistic. But, I think I might be. But look, the point is that this is a drag, and it feels a little, it's super paradoxical, and it feels even schizophrenic. There's a breakaway, a departure, and I have a really hard time contending with the system. But I know I'm plenty smart enough to make a lot of money. That's not that hard. Anybody can really do that. You really can. Okay, there's a myriad of different ways people can make a fortune. And starting your own business, everybody knows, yeah, I know if I really, work hard at that website and do this and get all these, advertisers on board, I can make a lot of money doing this or that and selling this or that. It happens all the time. It just people make fortunes right and left. So it's not that hard to do. But it's the wealth and income disparity continues to grow as long as this economic imbalance is in full force, and it is, and the poverty is increasing. There's no way I want to be a part of this system. There's no way that I'm going to be delusional and just imagine that I can make a bunch of money and divorce myself from humanity and just say, okay, for me, I'm financially free. Now it's your problem. Just be like me. Do like me. It doesn't work that way. It can't. The whole system's evil. We had a coup in America at the assassination of JFK, the money printing class. Whoever was involved, whoever Roger Stone, anybody else believes it to be, okay, understand, it doesn't matter. We know what he was going to do. He was abolishing the Federal Reserve. He was already circulating this new currencies, Federal Reserve notes. Not the Federal Reserve notes, the silver certificates, the silver notes, silver-backed notes. So it was being supplanted by these. He was serious. He meant business. So if this wasn't the case that these people were behind it, where did these policies go? Why, just because they murdered the president, suddenly did this thing stop dead in its tracks? It doesn't make any sense. The media won't talk about this stuff. The mainstream media, fake stream media, won't talk about 9/11 and this group of over 2,200 architects and engineers that call themselves the architects and engineers for 9/11 truth. The mainstream media won't talk about this crap. They don't want you to figure it out. They don't want you to figure this crap out, but people are figuring it out. Okay, all they've got up their sleeve now is climate change. That's it. This is why we're impoverishing you, because people are going to figure out economics, because it's math, it's simple, it's logic, it's really super simple. That's it.